Hello Scorpio, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of January 1st through January 7th. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. So we're going to take a look into your general energies and just see what kind of messages want to come through for you for this coming week. What is it that you need to know? What is your situation this week? Got that Fool card. All right, this is kind of the Joker's Wild kind of card. Let's put that into some context, though, and see if we can kind of give that Fool some purpose, right? We're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. Oh, interesting things going on. Yeah, a lot of good energy, a lot of variable energy, let's say. For our confirmation card, our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, we're going to use the Hermetic Tarot deck. Now this is pre-shuffled. I'm just going to select something from random here. Let's just go with this one. We're going to put it right there. We're not going to look at it until the very end of the reading. So Scorpio, stick around. And hopefully that will, tie the reading together, give us that confirmation, just be that missing piece that kind of pulls everything together at the very end, right? So we've got some water, some fire, some earth. Some water, some earth, some water. So a pretty nice balance, I think. A pretty decent balance of cards. We see some challenges going on. The first card that I want to talk about, obviously, is the Fool card. I think we can just spend the entire time today just talking about the Fool card. But I think this is really what the entire week's going to be about for you. And this is like that opportunity. This is that kind of return to an innocent state for you. This is kind of like freeing your spirit in some way. I don't know if you've got this feeling like you've been locked up, been unable to really move freely, right? Not in a literal way. For the love of God, not in a literal way. But with this Hanged Man in the recent past, in the background, these two cards, these are the major arcana cards we have today. We don't have any other majors. Okay, so these are the two biggest forces right now. The two really heavyweight, influential forces in your life that are not really under your control, although we have all of these, all these other cards here, these minor arcana court cards. And these are the efforts that you can take, the actions you can take, decisions you can make to try to get through this situation here. So the Hanged Man, I feel like you've been in kind of this suspended animation lately. I feel like in some way you can't really move. You're very much like this Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man we have here, water, which is passive, which just kind of sinks into whatever container it's in. Whatever mood it's in, whatever situation it's in, it's resigned, it yields, right? It, maybe begrudgingly accepts the situation that it's in, the circumstances. The Fool, on the other hand, is air. It is indiscriminate, expansive. It wants to fill the room. Right? It doesn't sink into the lowest point of the room. It wants to just expand. It wants to be the room. It wants to just leak out of the doors and windows of the room and expand just infinitely out. Okay? So two very different energies. And I feel like in the recent past you've been a little bit more of this Hanged Man. You've felt the weight of this, and it's kind of kept you down. I'm getting this really heavy feeling. Right? Like, almost like you're kind of sinking down into the bog, And I don't know what it's going to take to really pull you out of this other than this Fool energy. Now, the Fool energy not only is this expansive air energy, but air is also pneuma. It's also spirit. It's also the breath. It's the Holy Spirit, the grace, right? The spiritual element. So I think that part of this is about you finding inspiration again, finding a connection to your spirit, to your soul, to the universe, the divine, your guardian angel, the universal mind, universal energy, whatever you believe in, whatever you want to call that, there needs to be a connection formed there, right? It's trying to find that, it's trying to find that light and that spirit to get us out of this hanged man position, okay? So, on the other hand, there's also this opportunity before you, this chance to go do something new, a chance to kind of start again. I almost expect to see the death card here. Maybe the confirmation card is that death card. It's almost a chance to start over, not to go back to square one and start over, but to start over right here, right now, today, right where you are in life, right? Whatever circumstances you're in is the new beginning. It is the first step on this new adventure. So I feel like we've been in this hanged man thing, and enough is enough, right? I feel like you're succumbing to the weight of your circumstances. It could be your physical circumstances, financial, could be at work, at home. Could be an inner emotional, set of circumstances. I think it's all interrelated. But I think that it's preventing you from really getting up and going out, right? Going on this adventure, taking advantage of these opportunities that are before you. It's almost like a stuck, like your feet are just kind of stuck in this quicksand and you're just not able to take these steps forward, though you want to. But it's just, for some reason, it's too heavy. The floor is too sticky. The quicksand is too, I don't know what, thick, viscous, I don't know. But I feel like you really have the desire to do so. 3 of Cups down beneath everything, beneath the surface on the path of the dove here. You have this inner desire to experience joy and love and pleasure and happiness. This is what your heart wants. It's almost like there's this spiritual component, this emotional component within you, your soul, whatever, your light, is begging to get out, wants to go experience joy, wants to feel good and connect with people and celebrate, right? Celebrate the love, the beauty, the joy around us. And that is the opportunity that the Fool is going to take advantage of, right? Because the Fool has all of this kind of water. It's like a fountain that is just, it's just shooting water right out of it. It's on the move, right? It's not the same kind of water that we see here. The water that's heavy and sinks down and is just kept low, right? Sinks to the bottom of the room. The air going through this water, interacting with that water, creates these bubbles, creates this fountain, and that water is moving now. That water is inspired. That water is inspiring. And there are opportunities in front of you this week for this, okay? And these opportunities, people say opportunity only knocks once or twice or whatever the phrase is. I think you're continually getting knocks of opportunities, right? I feel like every day you hear an opportunity coming your way. But for some reason, we stay in this hanged man. We stay motionless and heavy and weighed down. We don't take advantage of the opportunity. And I think they just keep coming. And you just keep, going lower and lower, right? And again, it's not by choice. It's kind of at the mercy of circumstances, but at the same time, you've kind of accepted the circumstances, right? So the Fool is knocking, and the Fool has these 3 cups with it, and I think these are very important. These are your motivations. This is what your soul is really yearning for, okay? And these opportunities could be all sorts of things. But what we see, put those back, what we see crossing your path is this, maybe an air sign person. Okay, we're going to kind of move out of the theoretical, the abstract now into the more kind of manifested realm. I think there's an air sign person involved in this situation somewhere. This is a Prince of Swords. One of your peers, maybe a friend, coworker, family member, who is probably literally trying to knock on your door and give you these opportunities every day, right? This could be that person who is like, wants you to come on this adventure, is trying to cheer you up, trying to get you out of bed, trying to get you moving again, trying to get this water flowing, okay? So I think the Fool energy is manifesting through this other air energy, this air sign person, okay? Because the Fool is still theoretical, still abstract, still kind of lofty and philosophical, right? It needs some intermediary. It needs that magical link in order to affect change in this world, okay? So I think it's coming by way of this air sign person. We have a lot of air connection here. So I don't know who this is, but they might be really the one who are calling you, knocking on your door, etc. Okay. At the top of everything, we see this 6 of discs. This is at the top of the path of the dove. This is your desired outcome. Okay. You want everything to just work, flow, be happy, everything to get along. You want every aspect of your life and of your situation, your circumstances. You want your home life, your private life, domestic life, your work life, professional life, your emotional, your spiritual life, your friends, family. You want everything to just work. Just be in harmony. Just everything just get along with every other section of your life. You want things to work in harmony. You want there to be this rhythm and this beauty and this magnificence to everything. This is what you're hoping for, this outcome. But an outcome like this is going to take work. Okay? We can't, I don't think we can sit around and wait for our lives to establish a rhythm and harmony, right? Because left to chance, life might find its own rhythm, and it might not really consider what we want or how we are affected by that, So I think we're really striving for this alignment, for this material success, everything to just kind of work. Everything to work in conjunction, sense of cooperation between, not just between all the people in your life, but between your feelings and your desires, your spiritual aspirations, your physical life, your physical well-being and health, and, your professional life, your family members, all of it. You really are hoping for this. So beneath everything and above everything, we see these 2 really great cards. These are really great motivating forces, very noble aspirations, very worthwhile aspirations. But in a practical sense, in the day-to-day, I don't know why we're stuck in this Hanged Man. Okay? The Hanged Man sometimes represents a sacrifice or some kind of self-imposed suffering. So it could be that in the recent past there was some event that really affected you deeply, or something even maybe that you feel a little bit of guilt or responsibility for, and you're allowing that to keep you down, keep that water at the lowest point. Okay? But I don't know. That's speculation. It could be. But in the near future, the immediate future, we see this 8 of discs. Yes, this kind of harmony that we're looking for with the 6 of discs, or pentacles, takes work. It takes attention to detail. It takes diligence and care and slow progress. It's incremental. It's not just flip a switch and suddenly, the carousel lights up and all the wheels are turning. This is really a lot of effort that has to be put into this. Okay? And I think this is where you're headed. I think with this air experience, this Fool experience, this opportunity stuff that we're talking about here, the kind of the inspiration to really get your spirit moving, to connect with spirit or divinity, to get that inspiration, right? The breath, the connection with the spirit and the breath and the air and the opportunity, expansiveness. We talked about all that. To make the best use of that experience is going to be one of a prolonged effort, right? It has to be a gradual thing. You have to slowly build yourself back up. Maybe slowly pull yourself out of this bog that you're in. But that spirit, that breath, that air is there. And it can be applied in the right way to the earth element, the day-to-day actions, your moment-to-moment decisions, right? To do what is going to lead to the most health and wellness and well-being. This Eight of Discs or Pentacles. So it's just a slow going of it. Slow progress. Don't expect miracles overnight, so to speak. You know, the miracle is going to happen slowly and gradually, right? But let's move over now to the path of the Serpent, because we see some... It's not the best energy, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. It's not... I think this is more of maybe what's going on within you and what some of your soul energy, your emotional energy is like right now. It could be an extension from this Hanged Man. It could be really we're diving deeper into this Hanged Man card with the path of the Serpent here. But let's find out. First, your general energy, worry, anxiety. There is some kind of uncertainty in your physical environment. Could be health, could be an injury or an illness or some kind of physical plane upset, right? And I hinted at that talking about the Hanged Man, where it could be some kind of loss or some kind of suffering, an injury or an illness, something that you maybe feel guilty or responsible for. But something happened, okay? Something upset the kind of general harmony and flow that maybe you had at one point, right? And I don't think it was ever like a Six of Pentacles kind of harmony and flow. That's your ideal. That's like the vision of perfection that you have. I think maybe we were at a Four of Discs position. Things were relatively stable, safe, and secure, pretty routine, nothing crazy. And then something happened. There was some, I think, rather significant upset, or you took it very significantly. It was very significant to you. I don't know what it was. I don't want to speculate on what it was any more than I already have. But it was something that affected you very deeply and is now still lingering with a sense of anxiety and a sense of upset or uncertainty even, right? It feels like the ground's kind of shifting beneath you, and maybe the ground is kind of shifting beneath you and it's opening these little cracks and this water is sinking even further down, okay? So I feel this is your general energy. And this is kind of not a heaviness in the earth realm, but shakiness or shifting in the earth realm. Okay. The next two cards, we're going to take them together. This is some fire energy. Okay. This could be the way that you relate to people around you now. It could be that you have a kind of a short fuse with people. I think that maybe you are pushing people away. I think there is this kind of sense of, not anger, but of, not aggression. I'm trying to find the right word. I'm just going to say a little bit of a short fuse. We'll keep it at that. I think that there are a lot of people around you who are trying to pull you out of this bog, right? I said that there was maybe this air sign person in particular, maybe specifically this air sign person who is kind of like the emissary from that Fool, or is, symbolically representing that Fool energy, that opportunity, that spiritual kind of uplifting energy to get the water kind of bubbling again and moving. But I feel like you have this rather tumultuous relationship with people right now, with the people that are close to you, friends, family members. This could be that there was some harsh words exchanged with some of your close friends or family members. It could be that, y'all had it out, and now there's just kind of this friction, this tension. There's like not a lot of nice things to say to each other at the time for now. But the one card that I do want to talk about is this specifically, is this Prince of Wands. This is in the position of your fears, worries, and concerns. Now, this is the air of that fire. This is that fire, that state of, I think, fire and friction, tension, that is then going to have this this air component to it, this communication breakthrough kind of thing. And I think it might be related to all of this air that we see here, this air sign person. Now, maybe this is not an air sign person. Maybe this is one of these friends, family members with whom you have this now volatile relationship. Maybe there's one of these people that is related to that air energy, right? That has this kind of, is able to establish this communication with you, you know? And they're the ones that are kind of knocking on your door or ringing you up on the phone with these opportunities, with trying to get your spirit moving again. Okay. So I think it may be kind of one particular person from this group of people that is, you know, is able to get through to you. Like the one person that, you know, even though you're mad at everybody, they're mad at you or whatever, it's that one person that can still kind of call you up and talk to you and like have a conversation about it, you know? And I think that is, again, I think that's the kind of catalyst this week for getting all of this stuff moving again, getting us out of this hanged man position. Now, the final card on the path of the serpent is this Seven of Cups. Now, this is, on the one hand, this is the realization, the kind of wake-up call that we need to say, look, we're indulging too much in this hanged man stuff. We're accepting the situation a little bit too willingly, right? We're allowing ourselves to sink down to the lowest level. We're indulging in it, okay? And that's some harsh words. I know that's not what anyone likes to hear when they are experiencing any kind of turmoil or an highly emotional state or any kind of hanged man energy, right? We don't want to hear that, well, you're wallowing in it, buddy, But that's a little bit of what this card is saying. And it's kind of this idea that we're getting stuck in those feelings, and that's making things worse. Like we keep rehashing those feelings. We keep like feeling them over again, right? It's almost like a Three of Swords, where you just keep reliving the painful scenario in your head. And maybe this confirmation card will be that Three of Swords. I don't know. But I feel like there's this constant focus on the negative feelings, and that's really allowing us or enabling us to sink deeper into it. We just keep feeling it again and again and again, rather than using this air energy, this spiritual energy, this opportunity, this air, this expansiveness to help get our good waters flowing, our love waters flowing. And so this card is kind of saying, look, enough is enough. Whatever it is that's going on, you've got to try to pull yourself out. You've got to hold on to this air like a balloon, right? And it'll lift you right out of that muck. And there's really no easier way to say that. There's no gentle way to put it. The Seven of Cups is too much. It's too much, and it's time for a change. Let's find out what the change is. We see this air energy here, and I think that's really hopeful. I think connecting with spirit, connecting with that person in your life that can still get through to you, and still that is able to kind of cheer you up or lift your spirits, right? But let's see what this mystery card or confirmation card is. This is a Ten of Pentacles. So this is wealth. I think this, we saw a good amount of the earth energy here. And now we kind of have like the final stage of that earth element. And I think this really is your growing sense of wealth and value and finding meaning in things. I think this is almost like, and I know I'm probably going to get a lot of negative comments about this video, about this reading in general. I can kind of see the comments coming in now. But I think that this is a reassessment of where you are and what you have in life. This is paying attention to what you have around you, the value, the love, the harmony, the abundance that you have in your life. This is just trying to shift your focus from this to the things, people, the love, the energies, the abundance, the love that you have in your life. What is it that you have that makes you a wealthy person, right? People think 10 of Pentacles, they think, oh, it's going to be, I'm just going to get money. Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe you have a lot of money. Maybe that's one thing that you have in your life that, you know, that you find value in. And that does make you a wealthy person, makes you feel like a wealthy person. Whatever it was that was this loss or this upset, I'm truly sorry that that happened. I really am. I think there are a lot of other things and other people in your life that deserve your love and attention. And I think you are still a very wealthy person. I think there are a lot of things in your life that have tremendous value for you. And maybe, perhaps, it's time to start shifting focus onto those things to help you with this air energy, with this Fool energy, and take stock of your life, reassess what you have, who you have in your life, and what does wealth look like for you? I mean, it's not just the financial wealth, right? People are wealthy in other ways. Wealthy with the abundance of love, right? And the abundance of that positive energy that I think is around you. And it just needs a little bit of focus. And I think it can kind of work its magic, right? Scorpio, we're going to take a look in the extended reading a little bit just to see if there are any other messages or clarifying cards that we can get. You can become a member to the channel by clicking on the link down in the description box. This was your weekly tarot reading for January 1st through 7th here on Dove and Serpent Tarot.